Howdy y'all, welcome back to the Wright Brothers and our 7th installment of Love Letters from the Left. Now this is the time of year when we're always reminded about how we're thankful for those that we love. And our liberal friends, they've reminded us how much they love us, but not in the way you would think. Now remember, we do this in the spirit of the Greek philosopher Epictetus, who famously said, any person capable of angering you becomes your master. He can anger you only when you permit yourself to be disturbed by him. So in the spirit of Epictetus, let's get into Love Letters from the Left, Volume 7.
Welcome back, y'all. Let's get right down to it. My first love letter came from the wonderful world of Twitter, where I hang out a lot, and some of you may have seen a few weeks back where I posted about a race-exclusive yearbook at our alma mater, Texas A&M University. I did not cotton to it very well, and some people didn't cotton to my opinion very well. In fact, one person, when I established the fact that I didn't care about anyone's race, including that of my wife, who is not a black woman, she came back with this. What I'm fixated on is your choice to only see maroon instead of aligning yourself as a black man and alum with students who look like you, who clearly need solace. However, I'm not in business in shifting the Eurocentric structures that inundate your paradigm. Good night. That was quite the word salad, and all I have to say to that is that in Aggieland, we bleed maroon, and in the United States, we bleed red, white, and blue. What do you got, Damani?
The only colors that matter. Moving right along, this comment comes to us from the wonderful world of Instagram direct messages. This individual, who I do not know, leads with the following. Are you f***ing retarded? How do you support a man that's so clearly and openly racist? Every black man and woman who marched for your civil rights that are dead are turning over in their grave. You f***ing sell out MF. So what I kind of really want to just say back to that is those people from the past who fought for those civil rights, they fought for the right to choose, not the right to be told what to do by either the liberal mob or the social media powers that be. So that's all I have to say to this individual. Throwing it back to you.
I like how he clarified that they were dead and in their graves. It was redundant, but we got the picture very well.
Otherwise, I would have missed it. Yeah.
Yeah. No confusion or ambiguity there. Moving right along. Our next one also comes from the wonderful world of Twitter, and this gentleman, there's a little bit of a backstory behind it. He asked me to explain how supporting racist rich white men is good for you, LMAO. What he failed to mention is that everyone who's still alive for the DNC nomination on his side of the aisle happens to be rich and white as well. So I'm not sure exactly how that squared up. I actually offered to meet with this gentleman, seeing as we're close. He appeared to be in Austin based on his Twitter location, and I'm here in San Antonio. I offered to even pay for his meal, and we could sit down and break bread together and discuss politics. And for my troubles, he blocked me. So I guess that's not going to happen. Next.
Oh, gosh. All right. So this individual, this is from YouTube, actually. This individual says, the big black guy is, unsurprisingly, ignorant. Yes, you heard that correctly. And oversimplifies everything. He basically sidesteps the Asian guy's points about Obama versus Trump, which shows that he logically knows identity politics exist. He would rather just ignore it because he's willfully ignorant. The main takeaway, I don't understand why the common denominator is horrible grammar, but that aside, he's talking about this video I was blessed to be a part of with Jubilee Media a few months back. I'm talking about identity politics, which is what our channel was founded to combat. And this individual is honestly kind of playing right into it by basically just making these false equivalencies about what my thoughts are, saying I oversimplify everything when nothing could be further from the truth. You know that we love to talk, but we also love to break things down in a way that's easy to understand. So, hopefully, all I can say is I hope you learn how to spell the word ignorant correctly, because the word definitely applies and not to the individual you sent that comment to.
Man, I just gotta say, if you spell a word correctly in one part of your missive and then incorrectly in the other, That's a choice, in my opinion. Maybe he was just trying to test and see if you were paying attention, but as you know, the one individual on this planet that pushed me hardest during my National Spelling Bee run, I know you know how to spell words correctly, so unnecessary. Moving on. This next gentleman, also on the world of Twitter, he was a little bit more pithy with his critiques of me. He simply said this: if you're black and support Trump, you can no longer celebrate Black History Month.
Oh, what a shame. I'm sorry for your loss.
I don't know what I'm going to do at this. I didn't realize this was part of the package of supporting Trump meant I couldn't celebrate this month anymore. Guess I have to come up with another holiday.
You are no longer allowed to come to the cookout. That's probably what he would say.
Darn! Really?
All right, another one from the world of Twitter. This one's directed towards myself. And this individual, let's just get into it. You know, we're not going to give you too much backstory on this one because it speaks for itself. This comment reads as follows. Hey, Uncle Tom. You did hear him, talking about Trump, refer to the woman as the least of us, right? And he's talking about the Super Bowl advertisement that Trump took out, talking about him granting clemency to Alice Marie Johnson. Fantastic moment, fantastic ad, but I digress. This individual continues and says, what do you think he meant by that? Tarantino should have casted you instead of at Samuel L. Jackson for Django Unchained, because you are one of the biggest and dumbest Uncle Toms I've ever seen. You know, well, if you'd actually read Harriet Beecher Stowe's book, Uncle Tom's Cabin, you would realize you just paid me quite the compliment, because Uncle Tom was an individual, fictitious individual, who actually was a martyr trying to help free his fellow man, which is all that myself and my older brother Trey are trying to do. So thank you for the unwitting compliment. Try harder next time. Throwing it to you.
Hey, congratulations on the compliment. Hey, nice going. Keep it up. Speaking of congratulations, we get comments all the time. We talk about it all the time how we actually have to dig a little bit for this hate mail. Most of the messages we get are super supportive. One of those came on our Walk Away YouTube episode way back in episode 3. We still have people who go back and watch that. Thank you so much for all your support. And this person is a new subscriber. It's Carolyn Weber. Wanted to give her a shout out. She says, new subscriber here. Great to hear this video and others that you have posted. Keep up the good fight for freedom of speech, truth, and the founders' intentions for our American way of life. And actually, thank you, Carolyn, for watching the video, for supporting us. And that's exactly what we're all about on this channel. And like Damani and I always say, we read all the comments, even if we can't respond to all of them anymore, because we simply get inundated with them. But we appreciate all the support. Anyone who comes over to our side or is just willing to listen to what we have to say without hurling invective our way, we always appreciate, and we appreciate having you aboard. Damani, what you got?
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself if I tried. And one more comment here as we close out this episode. This comes to us from Roger Williams. So shout out to you, Roger. Roger says, first, totally agree with your video. And this was the video that Trey actually did, talking about fake news on the left and the right. Mm-hmm. He said, second, love it that you actually reply to some comments on your video. Most do not take the time, I doubt even pay much attention to the comments. So piggybacking off what my brother already said, yes, we do our very best to engage with y'all, because y'all are really what makes this engine run. We're just, the two conductors steering it around, but y'all are the ones who give us the fuel and the wherewithal to keep it going. So people like Roger and everyone else out there who's watching, who's subscribed, who shared our videos, we can't say thank you enough. We appreciate y'all. Y'all are our community, and we do this for y'all, and we will continue to do so for as long as God gives us the opportunity. But we always know that we are not the only ones who suffer from this Trump derangement syndrome manifestation. So share with us below in the comments what some of your more outlandish, hateful comments you've received from the left are. We love reading y'all's experiences, and we really want to encourage y'all as well. We know it's a difficult world out there sometimes, just being a conservative. We want you to know that this is a place where you can come and know that you're going to be heard. We're going to engage with y'all. Now, speaking of engaging with y'all, before you leave, check out our Facebook page, The Wright Brothers IPID, for more great conservative content and for more of an easier way to interact with my brother and I. It is run by Trey over there. He is fantastic and he knows what he's doing. Let's stop by over there and let us know you said hey. It's a great way for us to actually share more of our current events news with you without you having to wait for a new video whenever we can upload them. And additionally, for those of you who support us financially through Patreon, we can't say thank you enough to y'all as well. All the upgrades you've seen, everything you see around us as we try to continue to get better and bring you a top-notch production is in part due to your generosity. So those of you who feel inclined to continue to support us, please feel free to check out the link in the comment section below. But the last thing we'll ask you to do is, if you like what you saw, please smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already, and just know that more content is on the way. This is episode 7 of Love Letters from the Left. There's going to be plenty more where that came from. But until next time, we will see you in the next one.
Spread love, y'all. Take care.
The first revolution is when you change your mind about how you look at things and see that there might be another way to look at it that you have not been shown. The revolution will not be televised, and be no rerun, brothers and sisters. The revolution will be live.